Looks like Arhi's team is missing one, but hopefully they'll be able to load in. As Arhi charging in, it looks like Fazal is going to be first competitor. Fazal not even getting too much of a chance to set up. That's going to be avoiding that stun totem around the corner. Arhi still getting big damage blasted into Fazal. Either way, Mortal sending him out of the way. Trying to see if he can deny the Decimating Bolt. Decimating Bolt still goes through. Arhi could be in trouble. No more Trinket nor wall. Fazal could go for big Decimating Bolts. Arhi trying to heal through as much as possible while standing next to all the pets. He does have the Earth Elemental on top of all these pets. Fazal, for some reason, his Tyrant stopped casting in the last second. That's going to be another knockdown onto Arhi as he keeps leading the Shaman into the Fellord, into a fear right after Drain left follow. And looks like Fazal's going to be going down. Barely near health. There was so much damage out of the both of them all at once. And Arhi somehow still survived it. Decimated Bolt around the corner by Lucifer, sending the Demon Doggers versus Arhi. As another Demonology Warlock up next. Trying to get him up and running as fast as possible. Yo, Abdul, we'll get you duels as soon as we can, my guy. How does that sound? As soon as we can. And that's going to be another Tyrant as Arhi is going to stun all these pets. He knows Lucifer has big Decimated Bolt set up around the corner. The lower your health is when you hit with a Decimated Bolt, the harder the abilities that Decimated Bolt empowers. It's so good. It is actually so good. Such a good Covenant ability for PvP. It is really strong. I mean, it's not Night Fae with the mobility, but it is really powerful. That's going to be big Decimated Bolts back to back. Lucifer does see the Shaman Juggernaut approaching him, trying to land a stun. Going to be that Sunder trying to disbalance Lucifer. He's just trying to get a cast off. Looks like no interrupt for this Flesh Capped as a Decimated Bolt comes out for Lucifer. Trying to get a few onto Arhi. It looks like he's going to go for the Tremor. Trying to sit the CC long at all. Decimated Bolt stun, and Arhi could be in bad spot. All the pets are empowered. Massive Decimated Bolt, massive Chain Harvest for Arhi with a wall, trying to keep himself afloat as best as he can. Lucifer hits him with a Mortal Coil. I think all the Demon Bolts have been used already. As he's continuing to build for an army of demons. Hand of Gul'dan spawning in more imps. The Felguard continue to do as much damage as he can. All the pets get hit with a stun. His wall comes out for Lucifer, and is going to be able to get himself a guaranteed fear through that wall with the Drain left onto Arhi. Drain almost breaking that fear, but not quite. Stun by the Felguard, but looks like it is going to be heavily DR'd, or just super short because Arhi is an orc. I think it was DR'd. Lucifer trying to get another fear. There's going to be quick wind shear by Arhi. Lucifer needs himself whatever he can defensively. It's going to be Dark Pack. Does get himself the Void Elf racial rolling. I didn't even realize he was set it up, but he's able to port away from Arhi. Arhi get interrupted by Lucifer as he try to see if he can maybe Dora Shadows over to the Warlock. As the Warlock's health, it is shielded, but as soon as the shield falls off, that's it. That's his health. He can only do so much with it. Poke it out around from the tombstone. Lucifer is able to send in a Mortal Coil into a Decimated Bolt right after versus Arhi. Sending out Demon Dog as Lucifer backing up out of there as Arhi's in full ascendance. Trying to see if he can wind strike through. Lucifer is chasing after him. He's going to be able to blast him down using whatever maelstrom he's got to get himself a little bit of healing. And not even going to give Nightsaber an opportunity to get himself a proper setup. Started to attack him immediately. Wall up for Arhi. Chain Harvest. Nightsaber got himself full Lichborn rolling. Should be able to heal himself with Death Coils. But being a Death Knight, you only have so much in defensiveness. AMS as the Sunder comes out. Has an IBF. He's used every defensive to keep himself afloat. Try to jump up on the side of the tombstone. Arhi just continuing to punish the Death Knight as best as he can. Nightsaber burning on a Death Pack just to give himself some health to work with so he can stay as aggressive as possible. And Arhi get himself quite a bit of haze buff with Niger Soulbind. Glowing red, he's empowered, he's ready to go, could be lots of damage. A Nightsaber, not a lot of health real left, trying to go for whatever heals, and Arhi does crash lightning around him. Athel, man, gonna be up next. Again, Arhi doesn't give these boys much of an opportunity, hits them with a Flame Shock, trying to keep the pressure rolling. He's trying to, I think he beat the game. He tried to make the fastest duel happen before the timer runs out into the dampener. I think as soon as the game gets into the dampening, we'll be in a really rough time. As Athaman trying to make some damage happen. Quick blind onto Arhi. Does he get the biggest damage ever? Big damage out of nowhere. Arhi does get himself a big heal. And he still drops down super low in health. Athaman just get the biggest burst possible out there. And a single global. What was that? Arhi's Orc's health is just yo-yoing back and forth. But the man is still somehow alive. He's still surviving. I don't understand. And actually, it looks like it's shorting the damage on tension back to Athaman. As Athos sees his health just rapidly dropping for a second there, does go for a defensive heal. Arhi burning through all his mana, trying to land a Hex into Athos, is able to do so. No adaptation to deal with it. Could have rebuked it, decided not to. And he's just sitting in Ghost Wolf. I think he's trying to sit down and get whatever food, whatever mana he can get while in wolf form. Athaman is going to get himself another Blessing Stone by Archie, though. Could potentially be a bubble out of the Paladin. Does himself Word of Glories. The lower his health drops, the more he heals for. And we're only 2% dampening, so it's going to be a full heal for now. Shadowlands up for Atham. Massive Chain Harvest from afar, and Archie blasts through. The Chain Harvest just slips right through Athaman's body. The shield absorbs a lot of the punishment, but then overloads. Athaman got himself the Blessing of Summer. Could be potentially big damage. If Archie does not have a proper defensive plan for this could be a lot of damage for Athaman. Just blast damage out of nowhere. Stun around the corner, Athaman with a Hodge. Full final wreck. Walls up for Archie. Is it going to be enough though? Athaman trying to make the most damage happen. Does get himself a little bit of a heal. Trying to go for the most amount of damage from range. Maybe an interrupt over the Hex. Door Shadows is going to be up for Archie. Does Athaman get to blast out the damage? Hand of Freedom is up. Archie is going to be sitting on that wall. The wall is done. Hex onto Atha. It is going to break through adaptation. And Athaman's blessing damage did not really do as much as he wanted to, but he did get himself a lot of cooldowns forced out of Archie. So maybe he could take that momentum forward as he can get himself a Blessing of Autumn, which is going to give him cooldown reduction. It means Wings comes back faster, Shield of Venus comes back faster, all his rotational abilities come back faster because so many of Paladin abilities are on cooldown, like Judgment, Crusader Strike, Blade of Justice, all that is up in CDs. And Athaman getting blasted, but Archie is going to wait it out. Blind into Archie as he's going to zip out of there real quickly. Flashlight around the corner as Archie was blinded as a more of a defensive play by Atha, but also seeing a Shaman just charging at you in a full ascendance. It is rough. 9 minutes into this duel, 27% dampener. And this is the first competitor that Archie is actually having to work on. Oh! Scratch that. This is the competitor that he had to wait until the big chain harvest. No bubble, no bob. Just got himself a big bad chain harvest. Execute burst out of nowhere. I was thinking this was going to be like a game of whittling him down over time, but Archie just needed one big chain harvest and just wins. Quick stun onto Ave Maria as they are rocking that Necrolord. I like the Mog they got going on. It's still a Paladin Mog, but it's almost a corrupted Paladin, like the shoulder plates in particular. Archie with that wall as seeing Ave Maria with burst, but no, actually big burst. More defensive, going to be massive damage out of Maria. Is that enough for Archie to survive here? Got himself no wall, no nothing. Only heals available. Got himself a bit of mana. Does he have himself the Maelstrom for it though? Earth Elemental joining the fight, but Earth Elemental is more defensive. Does give him a little bit of health. Interrupted Archie. Ooh, Maria blasting the enhancement Shaman out of the game. That was also a wall maybe used a little early by Archie. Maybe a little early. But Ave Maria does end up landing that one. And Pythagor? I don't even know. It's like name Pythia? Is that a name? Pythagor? Pythagor? Peter? I'm gonna call him Peter. I think Peter is fine. Peter, the rogue. Hi guys, Peter. Everybody's like Death's Dance or Blade Master or I don't even know. McStabber. And this guy's like, Peter, what's up? Get blasted by Ave Maria. Is getting himself sipping up with a blind onto the Paladin. No trinket for the Pally. Is able to get out of there. Ave Maria picking up the eye. Might be able to find Peter. Peter the Great. Could trinket for it. I was gonna say, could maybe trinket just hit him with that big burst. Judgment, Gavel from afar. Gonna be Peter with another sap. As the shadow steps to Maria. I think he's just waiting out for the eye. Yeah, I think he's just going to wait out the eyes, and Peter is going to be able to at least recuperate a little bit of health. Does he see the darkness? He has to be, right? Most rogues are. Kidney shot as he gets himself a full cure setup. Maria might be looking at a Blessing of Protection button, maybe a trinket at some point. It's going to go for Wake of Ashes. Peter, not sure about his health. Going to be a disarmament to Maria. Has the Galvas, has the Judgments. He has plenty of damage to set up. Big damage. Ooh. Wait, was that through Cheat Death? Yo, Peter? Okay, so this is what happened. Temple's Verdict, proc Cheat Death, and then Peter was like, I'm fine, sippy cup, and then Divine Storm doubled, and that Divine Storm killed you through Cheat Death. Divine Storm blasted you through 85% damage reduction. That is actually insane. Mamaka gonna be up next. Haven't seen that name in a while. Blessing of Protection though for the Paladin though. Mamaka looking to trank shot the Blessing of Protection off as again. Looks like they weren't able to do it. Has to wait out for the next global. Flesh cut up. Could be a quick rebuke by Pala. Actually does not go for rebuke at all. Just lets him get a full flesh cut up. Blasted through it instead. I guess he's just starting to flex those muscles. Those Pally muscles. Gonna be the eye for an eye. Hammer Justice. Mamaka trinkets out of it immediately. Has a Turtle Shell if they need to. Ave Maria getting big blaster damage onto Mamaka. Turtle Shell comes out. This is where Maria needs to go for a bit of healing. Could be potentially I was gonna say maybe check off Turtle Shell, quick muzzle onto Maria as they are recovering a little bit of health. Mamaka super low on health, feign death, but the hammer still blasts right through them. My goodness. Akechi. It's like Apache, but Akechi. Hey, Akechi, maybe? His name isn't Catchy. That's all I can say. Akechi. I guess that's the name, right? Akechi. Aketchy. Just bites through Maria. I thought this duel was gonna last a little bit longer. I was trying to learn your name. Yo, Arhi, Maria, blasted it, dude. Arhi with a mad burst out of nowhere. That chain hovers, zoom onto Atho. How hard did it hit him?